Welcome to our second half of our doubleheader of JSBL action tonight. Dan's still making his way back here. So I'll start us off tonight. It'll be Intern Helpers against Stearns Trailer. We are up and underway as Ukuwuba wins the tip-off. Jalen Gaffney will start off for Stearns. Now over to Gamble. Now Ukuwuba catch and shoot three. Off the rim, won't go. Rebounded by Intern Helpers. And they'll come up first. Isaac Hester with it now at the top of the key. It's around a screen. This Intern Helpers team struggled so far, and Stearns Trailer, right now the second seed in the regular season, about a week away from the playoffs starting. As now Tavon Bennett with it. Only 4 on the shot clock. He's going to have to put up a shot soon. Kicks it out. Catch and shoot three for Amari Jones, and he gets that one to fall for our first points of the game. Long outlet pass to Ukuwuba, a little too high, but he manages to save it. That one into the hands of Intern Helpers, but tipped out of bounds, and now it will be Stearns Trailer ball. So a bit of a frenetic start here. Again, 3-0 lead for Intern Helpers after a nice three by Amari Jones. Starting 5 for each team, it'll be Kevin Mateo, Kevin Peichel. I'm sorry, he's the only guy off the bench. Only 6 guys for Stearns Trailer, as well as David Coit, who has the ball right now. Into the corner now, back to Ukuwuba. Ukuwuba at the foul line, driving in, kicks out, and drew a foul before the kick out to Jalen Gaffney, who's also one of the starters. Looks like that foul will be on Isaac Hester. So the 5 out there right now for Stearns will be Ukuwuba, Coit, as well as Gaffney and Mateo. And for Intern Helpers, it'll be Braswell, Hester, Amari Jones. Looks like Menegas is out there as well as for the 5, Tavon Bennett as well. 3-0 lead still for Intern Helpers as Dan has made his way back up. So you can take over play-by-play now.
Welcome back, everyone, as Intern and Stearns playing. Let's see who's up 3? Oh, we'll figure that out. Parker Dortch on the deuce, and it's 3-2 Intern Helpers.
So that was not Ukuwuba, that was Parker Dortch. Yeah, Ukuwuba usually wears the number 31, but Dortch wearing that number tonight. Nice job at the rim.
Here comes Stearns running the floor. Inside and laying it in is Anthony Selby. Intern Helpers take a timeout. 1 minute and 29 seconds in.
Yeah, interesting move there, but I guess saw something that he didn't really like out there on defense. Just calling a quick timeout. I mean, they got the first score of the game. Now just trying to, lock in. They really have struggled in their first year in the JSBL so far. Just trying to get the momentum back and see if they can pluck a win off of a top 2 Stearns Trailer team looking to get their way into the playoffs in the top half.
Jalen Gaffney on Stearns, who played at UConn and won a tournament in Puerto Rico. That's what Eddie texted me. He played in the Team Rio exhibition game in 2018. He played at UConn as well, so some Big East flavor here tonight. Here's Taheen Braswell. Braswell slices, turns around, finds Amari Jones. Here is Tyvon Bennett. He'll feed Braswell. He'll try a 3 as the shot clock expires off the mark. Here's Menegas. Hester, after the feed, makes a 3.
A nice job, long rebound by Menegas, and a sweet pass to Hester, freeing him up from 3, and he drains that one. Nice job from the perimeter so far.
Diggy Coit answers on a triple.
Yeah, Coit, one of the latest stars to play for Stearns Trailer, averaged 20 a game, all-MAC selection at Northern Illinois. Still in the portal, and he has really put up some nice numbers in these last couple games, as it looks like Menegas will get whistled for the illegal screen. But and he's really put a shot in the arm to this Stearns team as just a great on-ball scorer.
So I got to bring this up, and I told my friends that we're talking Yanks, as the Yankees losing 5-2. The most notable thing to come out of the game so far is Coit spins, feeds it to Gaffney. Finds Coit. Coit tries a triple, and that one off the mark, no good. Hester, the rebound. As there was a massive brawl that broke out in the 300 section of Yankee Stadium, and we were sitting there laughing at it, as that was probably the best fight we've seen all year, including like UMC, boxing. That was some heavyweight brawl.
It really, and there was a lot of guys involved too. It was crazy up in the 300s at Yankee Stadium.
As Hester spins with 1 to shoot, that'll be a shot clock violation. Here comes Gaffney, feeds to Uko. That's actually Dorch with the one-handed flush.
Yeah, once again, Ukuwuba not here tonight, so Dorch is wearing the number 31 that Ukuwuba usually wears, but once again, a nice roll to the rim, and that's an easy slam in transition.
9-6. Amari Jones almost thought about the 3. Jones, Braswell, and there's a nice shot. And Intern keeping pace with Stern so far. Here's Selby. Feeds Dorch, a triple from up top. No good. Rebound tipped out by Gaffney. So we'll go to the Intern helpers. There's a 3. And Amari Jones from 3.
A lot of the scoring so far for Intern helpers coming from the perimeter game. They look good shooting the 3, and they're probably going to have to do that some more if they want to keep pace.
Mateo pulls up and counters. And the Intern helpers are just letting the ball roll past midcourt. Larry Smith on the bench for Stearns tonight. Menegas will pull up from distance. That one off the mark, rebounded by Gaffney. Gaffney feeds Coital. Pump fake, lob it off the glass and in.
Really slick spin move by Coit. Just one of the more electric handlers that we have here, and I believe this is only his third or fourth, or I believe this is his 3rd game playing for Stearns Trail, and he's already broken out as one of their best scorers at the guard spot.
Here's Amari Jones. Braswell I thought he traveled, and he'll float one up. No good. Rebounded by Gaffney. Intern keeping it close so far. Gaffney finds Dorch. Mateo gets a screen. Finds Dorch. Dorch floats one up and in, and it's a 16-11 game, 5-point lead for Stearns. Stearns, last year's champ. No Shavar Reynolds this year, and I think the entire league has missed Shavar, one of the nicest faces that has come across the league. And I asked him last year about if they would be a 3-time champ. As Braswell lays it up off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, and he'll put it in, or try to put it in, but he'll get a foul call, and we'll go to our first timeout of the night. 4:12 remaining in the first quarter, 16-11 Stearns trailer. Welcome back to JSBL action as Taheen Braswell misses his first at the charity stripe. Braswell scored 40 the first time the Intern Helpers plays. Has struggled with consistency as of late. As it's Yankees have the bases loaded, Mets go into their bullpen. As Braswell splits a pair. Here's Coit. Coit. Dribble moves. Falling away and got the roll, but no, though, still hit the top of the basket.
I mean, even though it looks like it hit the clock actually, even though that one hit the out of bounds area with the top of the clock. I mean, that's a great dribble move and shot by Coit. He has such a tight handle, and he's really utilized that step back to his advantage last game and even early on in this game too.
Here's Hester. Hester couldn't handle it. Bennett feeds Amari Jones, and a shot clock violation. There's a teardrop off the mark from Gaffney. Here's Dortch. He'll try a triple and miss. Rebounded by Selby. Selby finds Diggy Coit. Coit tries a triple and hits. 19-12.
And once again, Coit going to the step back in the corner as well, and no bounce off the rim for that one. He drained it easy.
Bennett feeds Jones. He'll try a corner triple. That one off the mark, no good. That's Serrano with the rebound. Serrano spins, lays it up and in. The Yankees and Mets have played, I believe, 5. Yankees loaded the bases. Here's Kevin Peichel. He'll feed up top. Gaffney thought about the 3. Will hold. He's got 14 to shoot. He'll drive, laying it up and in, and the foul. And some emotion afterwards, and the ref had to avoid getting out of the way.
Yeah, it looked like he almost took him out there, but nice job, and balance in the air as well. The tight handle by Gaffney. It looks like Coit is trying to recreate it. Just went up with it and got high in the air and just flipped it up. And a nice job of putting it home, and it looks like Stearns is starting to find their footing a little bit. We'll see how Intern Helpers can respond and try to keep up.
And Gaffney hits at the line. Here's Tyvon Bennett. Bennett threw it away, and it'll go to Intern. Or actually, it will go from Intern to Stearns. Is it me, or does this have maybe a running fourth quarter feel to it?
Maybe early on, but at the same time, I mean, Intern Helpers were hitting their 3s to start out, but if that starts to dry up, I mean, this game could definitely get into a bit of an advantage for Stearns. As a nice double move by Coit. And if Coit keeps cooking like the way he is right now, we could also be headed for that situation.
Here is Amari Jones. Jones, good feed. Hester from triple and no good. Peichel, the rebound, and it went off of him. That one stolen by Stearns. And then Dortch fell. 90 seconds left in quarter number one. Coit goes through the legs, dumps it down low, and no one was home. Hester finds Serrano. Serrano lost the ball, and they'll rule a kick on Dortch.
Man, look at Eddie back there. Yeah, I believe he's still working the scoreboard, and he's also mopping up the floor. What a team player he is out there.
Re-entering the game for Stearns Trailer is number 8, Kevin Mateo. He replaces Kevin Michael.
Mateo will replace Peichel. Kevin for Kevin swap. Britt will, I believe, what are they going to call here? They'll call a push on Dortch. I don't think they'll send Britt to the line. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, interesting call. I mean, it looked like Britt was really trying to draw the foul there, and he went up with it. It didn't look like a shot, so it looks like it'll stay on the floor.
Britt, Serrano. And that'll actually send Intern to the line. As Serrano misses on the first. Serrano misses on the second. So here's Gaffney with Stearns up by 10. Gaffney, where's the foul call on that as Gaffney went up and missed a shot? Got his legs taken out from him as Serrano lays it up and in. Coit. Mid-range, got it.
Man, Coit looking kind of Justin Robinson-esque with the way he got into his dribble move and just pulled up in a hurry like that.
As Britt throws up a wild shot and a foul on Interns. And that's the typical Interns possession, it feels like. And they'll go up, put a wild shot up, and it's been a very, as Lorenzo picks up the foul, it's been a tough year for them, and they need some D1 talent, it almost feels like what happened to ACI Robbins Nest. They need veterans that can play in the league right now, and they don't have it at the moment.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday, the way ACI has really improved, getting guys, like a Jared Kimbrough, like an Austin Williams, who, like you mentioned, have that D1 experience has been great for them. I think intern helpers could really use a bit of a talent fusion there.
As Mateo gets to the fall, Lorenzo didn't get the shot off, and that takes us to the end of quarter number one. And a fun one in the books for game one. A good start to game two, 28-16, Stearns on top. Welcome back. JSBL action. Start of the second quarter. Dan Uzerski, Alec Krauthamel Usually the trends have been this year where the second game hasn't been good and the first game usually is, as that one went off the shoe of Britt. Serrano, Britt spins, finds Serrano. Here's Lorenzo, he'll try a triple, and that one rimmed out. Coit the rebound and a crowd, and here comes Stearns. Coit jumping in the air, takes a mid-range, and that one couldn't fall. And that one almost stolen by Mateo, and then Lorenzo lays it in. Here is Mateo, right back. Finds Larry Smith, champion for Stearns last year. Here's Mateo. On the drive, lost it out of bounds. It'll go to the intern helpers.
I haven't seen Larry Smith these last couple games for Stearns Trailer, but he's a big guy out there to have. Like you mentioned, champion last year, also one of the better defenders the Stearns team has, particularly on the perimeter. It's a big add, especially they only have 2 guys off the bench tonight. Peichel, one of them on the bench right now, and then set to check in is Gaffney.
As that one will stay with intern after the miss. Here's Britt. Britt. Serrano, shot clock expired. They'll wave it off. As we go down the other end of the floor. Nice spin, Dortch off the glass, couldn't get it to go. Britt. Braswell. Serrano. As there's a 3 for Lorenzo and he misses. Here's Mateo. Finds Coit. Coit got his man in the air. Finds Mateo, open triple. That one falls, and it's a 13-point game.
And not a ton so far for Mateo, but when he can get going, he can get hot quickly. And I don't think he's missed a shot so far tonight, so it's important to keep feeding him. He's one of the better guys on the perimeter for the Stearns team tonight.
Here's Britt. Lost it, and they'll call a foul.
Yeah, it looks like Dortch gave a little bit of forearm when trying to go after that loose ball. I thought they would call it on Coit. Kind of gave a little bit too much body when he was reaching in, but Dortch gets the whistle, and that's his 3rd foul. So he's going to have to spend some time on the bench in the second quarter, especially once again, Stearns only has 7 guys, so don't want to have anyone foul out.
Amari Jones to check in for the intern helpers. That one stolen by Gaffney. Gaffney leading the break. Gaffney to the rim and lays it in. And the lead 15. (33-18). Bennett lost it again. An easy layup for Mateo, and it's a 17-point game. And Terry Hicks will call timeout.
Yeah, this team just hasn't been able to recreate some of the same offense that was working in that first quarter, and now it's a 17-point lead. I mean, a 9-2 run to start out, or 7-2 run, excuse me, start out the second quarter by Stearns Trailer, and it looks like they might be on their way to getting another win. As right now they're the number 2 seed. They're going to need some help as well as win out in order to get that 1 seed after they've won the title the last couple years.
Well, that's where the game on Monday will be so big because, Monday's game, it'll be Stearns, Stearns and RKE. So RKE, if they beat WCT, I believe they're in as the 1 seed. I mean, every team makes the playoffs, and you would like the win against intern helpers in round number 1 with the 1-8 matchup. Although if intern finds a way to win, you'd think Larson might have to play RK, and that's really not the matchup you'd want, especially if Larson has all their guys.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Larson might be getting some reinforcements with this NBA Summer League about close to finished.
It is done.
Yeah, I mean, if they can get some reinforcements, guys like Ron Harper Jr. and Josh Pierre-Louis, who were in the Summer League, and that would be a huge boost to them and a big talent infusion where Nate Pierre-Louis, has been doing a lot of the heavy lifting on offense for Larson Ford.
Well, it would be nice when you don't have to rely on some of the guys that they've been trying to rely on, as Amari Jones, foul line jumper off the mark, but they'll rule contact.
Larry Smith, very demonstrative about that call, get the whistle. He was vocally showing how he didn't touch him.
So Jones to the line for 2, and the Mets have all but ended this one. They're up 6-2. What do you think the Yanks should do at the deadline? Because
I mean, they desperately need help on offense. But then they also need help pitching. I mean, their ERA has not been one of the better ones in the majors in the last month.
They need everything.
Yeah, Garrett Cole just got taken out. He's been good, but especially tonight hasn't been his usual self. I mean, he didn't have a spring training, so I hadn't been expecting him to be this good coming back. Nice 3 from Larry Smith. But yeah, I mean, they need a third baseman. They need some relief help. Honestly, I wouldn't mind going after getting a rotation arm, not a star, but a depth one at this point.
Here's Braswell who drives, and that one no good. And actually, it's going to be a offensive foul against Intern, and their score right now doubled up by Stearns.
Yeah, once again, just have not been able to get the same offense that they were early on in the game. They were having a lot of success from 3, just haven't been able to get back to that. And Stearns, the talent difference is unfortunately showing up for them tonight.
They've scored 5 points in the last 10 minutes as Intern. Step back 3 for Coit, and that one no good. Rebound and put back attempt by Gaffney off the mark as well. Here's Braswell. Braswell, that one tipped and stolen. The tip by Gaffney, the steal by Peichel. Here's Coit. Drives, feeds to the corner. Gaffney, an open look, didn't take it. Has Menegas on him. He'll feed to Kevin Peichel. Gaffney will get the open look here, and he'll drive and lost the handle of it. Menegas coming away with it. Here's Menegas to the lane and lays it in.
Yeah, nice job by Menegas there. Just being able to stay in front of his man. Not easy with Gaffney at the guard spot.
Larry Smith from 3. That one's good. And it's 41-21. Larry Smith has made an instant impact off the bench for Stearns.
He really has on both ends of the floor, particularly even on the offensive end, surprisingly, considering defense is his stronger suit.
As Hester misses on the 3, that one no good. Smith gets the rebound. He gets it to Coit. Coit running the floor. Coit to the lane. He got the layup. Diggy Coit digging into Intern. And it's 43-21. Intern Stearns as Menegas lays it in. Here is Selby spinning the lane, laying it up, no good. Peichel tips the rebound into the air. That one ends with Bennett. Here's Bennett. Looking for somewhere to go. Menegas tries a mid-range. That one off the mark, no good. Long pass to Selby. Here comes Selby, and he lays it in. And in turn, down by 22. That one off the mark from 3. Jones missing, and here comes Stearns in a running pile. Smith lays it in. And it's 47-23. And Terry Hicksell called it his 3rd timeout of the game.
Yeah, and you just can't like what his team has been showing out there on both ends of the floor. Can't really get anything going on offense, and then Stearns is just scoring at will on the defensive end. And I think you're right. This game might be headed We're running clock soon.
We'll take a media timeout. Stearns up big. Welcome back. We got a basketball game tonight. Here's Amari Jones. Jones fires to Braswell. Braswell will try the 2 and get it to go. Here's Smith. Peichel trying and missing on the triple. Peichel with a steal. Nice steal from Kevin Peichel, trying to run the break himself. Peichel to the lane, spinning and fouled.
Yeah, it's a really nice play to jump the post entry there. Even with the size mismatch, took a bit of a risk, and it really paid off. Nice timing there. And then ran the floor, drew the foul. Some really nice defensive instincts for Peichel. He hasn't made as much of an impact on the box score as he usually does, but it feels like he's always making the right play whenever he is in the game. And thankfully, Stearns hasn't needed him to be one of those primary scorers, but great defensive play there, especially with his dad, Steve, and current Rutgers head coach in the building.
As Peichel will miss that first one. His dad, who's defensive oriented, I'm sure he loved that. (48-25), 3:20 to play in the first half. Hester, Serrano. Serrano missed what he'll call a foul.
It feels like Intern Helpers just hasn't gotten enough pressure on the rim or from the three-point line. Those are the two things you really need to be successful, putting pressure on those two aspects, and they just haven't been able to get it, and offense has been really hard to come by in the second quarter for them.
So Serrano to the line. They've only scored now 10 points in the quarter. And this has been a struggle all year for Intern. They've really struggled to score offensively.
Yeah, it looks like they're just kind of lacking one of those go-to guys, possession in, possession out. I mean, they have Taheen Braswell, who, like you said, dropped 40 in his first game, but, I mean, also, like you said, has been struggling with consistency a little bit. They just need one of those guys that can go up and get you a bucket on any given possession.
Here's Coit. Coit drives, slips one up and in over the outstretched arm of Serrano.
And speaking of guys who can get you a bucket on any given possession, how about the efforts of Diggy Coit since he's joined this Stearns team?
Here's Lorenzo, feeds Braswell. Intern trying to get it back down to 20, and Braswell misses on the 3. Rebounded by Larry Smith. Here comes Stearns running the break. Stearns with Smith here. Feeds Coit. 2:30 to play. Coit lays it up. No good, but the foul.
And it looked like he switched hands in midair there. Really nice move to just get the ball up by any means necessary with the contact. And again, we are headed for, I guess, a bit of a blowout in this one. As about 2.5 minutes till halftime, it's 23-point lead, could grow even further.
So you have Coit at the line. He's been good tonight. We'll figure out what his halftime stats are, and that one goes.
I mean, even after the first quarter, he had 12 points, and he's only added on to that. Might have even scored more in this second quarter than the first quarter. He's probably going to have at least 20 points at halftime. He's a pretty good candidate to be our star of the game. He already has been once this season.
I'm sure you'll be excited to interview him. And that one goes, so they are Coit goes 2 for 2 at the line.
And in one of his last games, he also got a waiver from the NCAA granting eligibility a couple hours before tip-off. So that must have been a big emotional boost for him, and he ended up putting up 30 in that game.
He's been great all year, and every time he showed up in the gym, he's been good. Intern down by 25, trying to cut into this lead. They get Braswell. Here's Serrano after the kick, and that one off the mark, no good. Rebound comes to Braswell. Braswell fouled on the layup attempt.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to call that on the floor or on the shot, because it looked like Braswell, he was going up for the shot, but then once the whistle got called, it looked like he was going for a step-through move, as it looks like they will call it on the shot. But a bit of an interesting decision there.
So Braswell to the line for 2, trying to cut into the lead with 2 minutes to play, misses the first. Braswell's second. Oh, he missed a pair. Here's Mateo missing on the layup, but he'll go to the line for 2.
And Mateo, once again, a really quick guard. And it looks like he might have taken a hit earlier on in this game. It looks like he has something stuffed up his nose. Must have taken a hit to the face, but that didn't stop him there on that attack to the rim. Now he'll have 2 free throws.
So Mateo to the line for 2. His first one misses. He splits a pair at the line. 53-27 as Bennett dumps it down low. Britt, they swing it to Lorenzo. Feeds Serrano, who tries a triple and hits on the 3. 90 seconds to play in the first half of a blowout by Stearns. Stearns kicks it. Peichel, he'll try a triple and hit. 56-30. Peichel's been so good for Stearns in their games. As Lorenzo, high arcing shot off the mark, no good, and that one almost tipped into the basket by Larry Smith. Here's a triple. That one off the mark by Gaffney. It almost came to him. Here's Bennett with under a minute to play. A steal. Here comes Gaffney. He had Peichel with him, but he'll take it and get fouled on his layup attempt.
It looked like he was trying to look off Peichel in the corner to try to make the defense make another move to try to guard him. But either way, a nice move to draw the foul. And another point on Peichel, not only is he still in high school as a rising senior at Christian Brothers, he's also contributed a lot more for the Stearns team than maybe he and some of the others expected, with a lot of their guys not being able to make these games. And he's been a starter in a few games. He's played big minutes all season long, and he's been a really good piece for Stearns Trailers, one of those key role players.
First one falls for Gaffney. So it's now 57-30. Second one falls as well. Here's Bennett, finds Lorenzo with under 40 to play. Lorenzo to the rim, and that one doesn't fall. Menegas misses in the first, but he gets the second. So it's 58-32. Coit, step back, passes to Mateo. Mateo spins, feeds Coit, fakes the triple, feeds Larry Smith, who will take and make. There's a 3, that one blocked. Smith got it off at the buzzer, but not in time, not in. That takes us to the end of the first half. Stearns up by 28. Welcome back to game number 2. Dan Yuzerski alongside Alec Krauthamel. That one off the mark, no good. That's a long 2 and a make for Anthony Selby. And the game is now up to 30. Intern Helpers really struggling to score tonight. You know, my best comparison to them, as that is a 3 and a miss. And then the rebound, Menegas gets the rebound and put back off the Bennett miss. You know what it reminds me of? And how I feel like I'm Harry Doyle from Major League watching the Intern Helpers play. As there's a mid-range off the glass for Coit. It falls. The great Bob Euchre played that role. Here's Braswell to the rim, no good. Menegas missing on the rebound and put back. And here comes Stearns running the floor again. Here's Selby to the rim. That one lipped out. Here is Bennett. That one out of bounds.
And again, a big reason why Intern Helpers just haven't been able to stay in this game. I mean, they've really struggled from beyond the arc and at the rim, too. And like I said before, those are probably the 2 most important facets of getting good offensive production. Only 4 for 18 from 3. And it's not going to help you win a lot of games.
Yeah, you're right. We got to find something to talk about here, partner.
Well, you did say college football 25 earlier.
I did, and we said we'd talk about it. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
I think it's a very fun game. I'm certainly having a lot of fun with it. It's not without its flaws, of course, but I think it's
like
it's
any EA
cleared,
game.
It's of course. I think it's cleared the bar, and they also released an update, so it shows that they are definitely trying to work on some of the issues, as well as having some maintenance, done for the online play, especially with some of the servers being down and things like that. It shows they're trying to improve as well with that first patch out.
Here's a drive, a flip in by Bennett, and Tyvon Bennett hits a big 2 to cut the lead to 29. Here is Mateo. Feeds Selby, who lays it up and in. As the gym continues to clear. Here's Bennett on the drive. Will step out. That one going to be kickball against Parker Dortch. They get it in. Serrano. Actually, that's Menegas. Here's Bennett, who seems to be the primary shot taker for Intern in this third quarter, as he tries a 3, and that one airballed. Here's Mateo, transition triple. That one falls, and it's 70 to 36.
And another 3 by Mateo in transition. He's just a really quick and efficient scorer, particularly from the perimeter. And this Stearns trailer team starting to run away with it.
So what team have you been rocking with as there's a block, and then Menegas missing on the rebound and then gets his own putback? But what team have you been rocking in Dynasty so far?
Well, I started a rebuild with Rutgers, of course, being a Rutgers guy. I won them a national championship as
Wow.
3 by Parker Dortch. I won them a championship in year 1. Defeated Oregon in the national championship game after losing to them in the Big Ten championship game. But I'm also starting a Sun Belt online dynasty with some people I know, so I'm rocking Texas State. I'm really excited for that because Texas State should be a really good team in the Sun Belt. And, I mean, they have a really great system and a really good quarterback and just a really good offense, so I'm excited to use them.
We've been doing a Big Ten Dynasty. That's been fun.
I hope Rutgers is being done well.
My friend, I don't have Rutgers. I have, and I thought this was a great pick, Washington. They don't have the same talent, but they do have Will Howard, I believe. They're going to ask Braswell to reset.
Yeah, it looks like they switched up on the free throw alignment. It looks like the free throw alignment, it seems like it's always different. It always looks like the guys are shifted one spot to the left more than they should be, but I mean, if the refs let it play, then I mean, hey, works for all of us.
That one misses from Braswell.
Re-entering the game for Stearns Trailers, number 12, Kevin Michael.
Kevin Peichel checks in
He replaces
for Selby. One more for Braswell, who struggled from the line tonight, and that continues. The rebound goes to Serrano, who throws it to Braswell. Braswell, 2 off the mark. Dortch gets the rebound, and here come Stearns again, looking for an easy bucket as Dortch lays it in, and the foul. And it's 75-38.
Yeah, Dortch, one of those forwards, really great athlete, and can just play above the rim as well when it's whether it's at the rebounding game or getting after the rim. I mean, he kind of reminds me a lot of Tyrone O'Garo, another forward for CVG, who we just saw earlier tonight.
Dortch a much better offensive player, I think, than O'Garo, as he's got one at the line and he hits it. And Stearns has the same lead, 6 minutes left to play in the third, as the intern helpers have scored points. Here's Braswell. Here's Britt. Britt will spin, lay it up and no good. He gets his own miss. And it's off of Braswell, out of bounds. It'll go to Stearns. So the teams I have right now in my dynasty, I'm Washington. There's Wisconsin. There's also, so my one friend's Rutgers, my one friend's Iowa, my one friend's Wisconsin, and then I am Washington. We just started today, as there's a lamp for Justin Serrano, and intern has broken 40. Here's Coit. Step back with 8 to shoot. From the foul line, he got it to go. Diggy Coit, another nice shot, and next whistle will be immediate.
Yeah, Coit, I mean, not even bad defense by Bradshaw, but a great job of just finding his spot with the fadeaway, and that's a smooth look for him.
As Braswell to the lane and lays it in. Got to the basket and got the deuce. There's a long 3 for Coit, and he hits it. Pointing at the ground, and Diggy Coit is cooking in Manasquan, 81-42.
Man, I mean, such a shot in the arm, like I said, for the Stearns trailer team. Such an electric shot creator from the perimeter, has all the moves in his dribble bag, and is a great shooter as well.
And that pass telegraphed. Sorry to cut you off. Here is Gaffney. Thought about the step back, will drive, kick out. Dortch thought about the 3, and that ball tipped. Actually, Dortch lost it out of bounds. It'll be intern basketball when we get back. Game 2 here in JSBL. Welcome back to game number 2 for JSBL Nightcap. Dan Yuzerski alongside Alec Krauthamel. Greg seems to be walking up to us. As there's a 3 from Hester, and that falls. Actually, I think Greg's walking out of the gym. I think he's done tonight.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think him and Eddie are the same ride, so I don't know if he can leave without Eddie.
We'll see as Coit finds Gaffney. Gaffney on the ISO. And that one tipped out with 4 to shoot.
Possession remains Stearns trailer.
As that one off the mark, no good. Coit was looking for a foul call, didn't get it. Here's Serrano, that one tipped. Here comes Stearns running the floor. Under 3 to play in the third, and oh, nice feed. Coit to Smith, who finishes.
And it really seems like Coit's been a much more, not just a willing passer, but a nifty passer as well. He's put a lot of zip on a lot of these passes. I said this before, he's looking kind of like Justin Robinson out there tonight.
I agree. We've mentioned that in past broadcasts as Hester gets to his spot and mid-range falls. Hester was 1 of 4 in the first half. As that one, no good. Here comes Britt after he gets the rebound, trying to go coast to coast, finds Hester, who's swatted away by Dortch. Selby and Mateo will check in for Coit and Gaffney.
They replace Diggy Coit and Jalen Gaffney.
Inbound, Hester inbounds it to Serrano, working on Peichel. Fall away, baby, and that one no good. Oh, nice feed. Peichel wide open for 3. That one off the mark, no good. Long rebound will come to Braswell. Here comes Intern trying to run the floor. Offensive foul.
The Intern helpers, I mean, the players on the floor and the bench don't like that call, but that's just a great take by, I think, Selby. Took that one. It looks like a little bit of a sweat spot to mop up. And he saw that the ball handler was coming straight for the rim, and just a great job of seeing that and then positioning himself to make the play. And now Stearns has another possession up 36.
Here's a drive from, and what is going on? They're going to call a tech.
Yeah, looks like they called a tech on the Intern helpers bench, and it's a good thing they did because it looks like Larry Smith is still trying to mop up the floor.
Yeah, Larry, that's one of the funnier moments as you see a drive coming down the lane.
And he still got
and
the
Larry
mop.
Smith is out there with the mop. Hopefully we got that on.
I mean, we're talking about Steve Peichel being in the house. He saw that against Michigan earlier on, back in earlier on this year. They were playing at Michigan, and there's the mop guy trying to mop up the floor while Rutgers is on the fast break. Derek Simpson tries to put up a layup with the mop guy contesting. I don't remember if he made the shot. Rutgers ended up winning that game by a lot. That was one of the funnier moments. And back when Rutgers, after that game, went on to win another 3 games to start February, people thought that the mop guy, as Peichel hits the free throw, was going to save the season. Obviously, unfortunately for Rutgers, he did not save the season. And that's still one of the funnier moments, and that was pretty funny. Larry Smith, I don't know if he would have tried. If not for the technical, I don't even know what would have happened. I don't know if Larry would have tried to contest the shot with the mop or what, but man, it's almost a good thing that the technical got called.
You see, we got it on replay as Larry's coming into the screen with a mop as all the Interns players are flying down the floor. That's one of the funnier moments we've captured here so far. As Mateo finds Selby. Back to Mateo. Finds Dortch up top. He'll try a triple off, and he left it short. Minute 21 until we get a running clock here. That one almost stolen by Larry Smith. And Serrano lost the handle. It'll go to Stearns.
Stearns trailer ball.
84-47. Here's Mateo. Good feed. And Smith's pass was tipped out with 56.7 left to go in the third. We haven't brought up the Yankees much, and that's because, you know, they're getting smoked again.
I don't understand how. They just can never seem to take these Subway Series seriously. I don't know if it's not that they're taking it seriously. They also just can't win
They're
them.
just terrible. That's the matter of the fact. They have 2 hitters in the lineup.
It just feels like something weird always happens. Not just when the Yankees play the Mets, but whenever they're on national TV, something bizarre and mostly bad happens to the Yankees. It feels like every time they're on Sunday Night Baseball, nice shot there from Hester. Feels like every time they're on Sunday Night Baseball, which they have been 2 of the last 3 times in July alone, feels like they just come out completely flat. I just don't understand it.
Here's Mateo. He'll pull from downtown. That one, no good.
Particularly against the Red Sox, I'll say. Sunday Night Baseball, Yankees, Red Sox, no matter how good the teams are, something weird always happens.
As Peichel lays it in after a feed from Mateo. Kevin to Kevin. 8 seconds left to go. As can Intern get a shot off? We'll see. Hester with it. Hester gets the shot off, and no good. We'll go to the fourth. With Stearns being up 86-49, running clock upcoming. JSBL action game number 2. Running clock in the fourth quarter as we are 10 minutes away from the end of the JSBL doubleheader. Mateo will fire from 3 and hit. It's 89-49, lead up to 40. As Hester might have gotten away with the travel and then missed a layup. Ball don't lie. Here's Gaffney. Will feed to Larry Smith. He'll fake the 3, take a mid-range from the foul line and hit. 9:15 to play in this one. Pressured, and they'll call a foul on either Mateo or Larry Smith. They'll call him Mateo.
And it looks like Mateo got a little bit of blood on that jersey. He must have taken a hit in that first half. I mean, it really hasn't stopped him.
There's a little, like, something in his nose, so maybe a nosebleed as Lorenzo, a high-arcing 3 goes.
Yeah, I mean, it still hasn't stopped him. He's had a really good game so far. 14 points through 3 quarters.
Intern's only 52 points through 3 and change, as that one misses. Mena gets the rebound. Here's Hester will feed. Britt will try a 3 and air ball, and then Lorenzo in the right spot for the rebound and the putback. 8:20 to play. Gaffney seems to be having a good time as he has it here. I mean, all smiles for Stearns.
Yeah, it's pretty easy when you're, still up by 37.
Step back 3 for Gaffney as Vientos is homered at 7-2 Mets.
My goodness.
As that one, no good.
I know we're supposed to be unbiased here, but I'm a Yankees fan. This isn't a Yankees game that we're broadcasting. Nice dish by Smith and then a lay-in by Dorich. I'm a Yankees fan. Thankfully, we're not broadcasting a Yankees game, so I don't have to be completely biased, but it's very disappointing, the showing from the Yankees tonight.
Well, here's what we'll argue, and this might get us into some trouble, but whose showing's been better tonight, Intern or the Yanks?
It's kind of tough to compare, especially when you look at sports. When you have baseball that doesn't have a clock versus basketball that does, as looks like Mateo drew the foul there. It's kind of tough to say,
Intern helpers foul number
but
14 has his
it's not
second,
good
team's
for
third.
the
Team
Yankees
re-entering
and
the game for
neither
Stern Trailer
for
number
Intern
2,
helpers who
Katie
still
Coit.
trail
Katie
by
Coit with
37
Minor
with
Smith.
7 minutes to go. And again, the Stearns team still haven't seen a lot of their guys, a lot of their main guys. Like we mentioned, no Shavar Reynolds or Miles Kale, as it looks like another foul there.
No continuation.
Yeah. No Shavar Reynolds or Miles Kale. And we haven't seen Jordan Durkak or Aiden Durkak, for that matter, or Zach Martini, two Rutgers standouts that transferred into the program this year since earlier on in the season. And they got classes and workouts in the summer, so that's always tough.
Here's a 3 and a make for Coit. Stearns back up by 40.
And he is just so electric with the ball in his hands. I mean, he's got a pretty good case. Probably will be the one that we'll talk to after this game as our player of the game. He's just a microwave scorer, can put the ball in at any level. And he's looking electric tonight, and a big reason why they're up by 40.
At 25 after 3. Here's a 3 for Gaffney off the mark as we approach the final 6 of this one, and a turnover. Didn't go to the trash can like it did last night. Coit having a grand old time. Gaffney having fun as well. Everyone with smiles on that Stearns side tonight as we approach 5:40 to play. Coit drives, flips one up. That one blocked by Amir Britt. Here he comes down the lane. Britt, wild handle, feeds Menegas, who finds Lorenzo. Here's a 3 for Bennett, and that one off the mark, no good. That one missing from Mateo with 5:10 to play. Here's a 3 for Lorenzo off the mark. Rebound almost tipped in by Peichel. Here comes Mateo. Feeds Peichel, who lays it up and in. Nice cut from Kevin Peichel on the lead up to 42.
Yeah, great cut by Peichel and a really good pass. Put a lot of zip on that Mateo did. In the air, too. Just a really nice work in transition for Stearns.
Under 5 minutes to play. Here's Lorenzo. He lays it up and in. Peichel will take it up the court. Peichel feeds Dortch. Peichel spinning in, laying it up, and got the foul. I don't know if we'll go to a media here. I don't think we are.
Looks like we're just going to work through it.
Seems like that's the case. Final 4 minutes of this one, and with a running clock, it is going to be a 4-minute.
And one of the parts of Peichel's game that I've been most impressed with in his time here has been his in-between game, where he's not exactly at the rim, as he can't hit that free throw. He's more so not falling away from it, but playing around the rim, not really at the rim. He has a nice floater game, and his fadeaway's been coming along, too, going into his senior year at Christian Brothers Academy. I mean, he's got good amount of D1 offers on the low and mid-major end, so excited to see where his future takes him.
Where do you think he ends up going?
It'll be interesting to see where some of his offers end up. I mean, if he has a year at Christian Brothers like he did this past year, he could get even more offers, but I mean, I don't exactly have the information of how or where a lot of these offers are coming from, but feels like he could really stick on a mid-major team as one of those guys that knows his role and plays it really well.
Intern helpers foul number 11, Tavon Bennett. That's his first, team's fourth. At the line for Stearns Trailer is Kevin Mateo.
As Mateo was fouled, he's got 2 at the line with 2:55 to play. Looking up where Peichel's offers are from. Taking a look at rivals. Doesn't say anything on this page.
Yeah, I'll have to get my people at Rivals as a work as a writer there as well, covering Rutgers athletics. I'll have to get my people at Rivals to update that.
As Mateo goes 2 for 2, and it's 101-58. As there's a 3 off the mark from Bennett. Mateo grabs the board. Here's Mateo, lost it as we approach the final 2 to play. A wild pass, Serrano gets it to Britt, 3-on-1 here, and Lorenzo has brought the point total to 60 for the Intern Helpers as we approach a minute 55 to play. Here's Peichel. They're going to call a foul, and that'll be a bonus for
Intern helpers foul number 22, the Joker
Stearns.
Serrano, that's his 3rd, team's 5th. With that foul, the Intern helpers are now over the limit, sending Kevin Peichel to the line, who will be shooting 2.
As Peichel misses on the first. He's got one more left. He hits that. There's a 3 for Hester off the mark. Rebound by Britt as we approach the final minute of this one. Intern down by 40. There's a one-legged 3 for Coit that misses, almost went in. 45 seconds left in this game as Serrano lays it in. Here's Coit. Oh, nice move. Gets inside, lays it in, and that'll turn off the shot clock. 20 seconds left to play in this one.
I mean, this game might be in hand, but again, Coit's still looking for a home to play some D1 basketball. He's gotten a lot of interest from plenty of high major programs. I mean, might as well give him another highlight to show that coaching staff, whoever it may be.
As Peichel will dribble it out, and that'll be a win for Stearns as Mateo misses the buzzer beater. 104-66, a dominating win, and we've reached the end of game number 2.
Yeah, just a dominant effort through and through by Stearns Trailer. They got it done on offense and on defense, and for Intern Helpers, another tough loss. They just couldn't get it done on offense, and the defense couldn't catch up.
You'll be back with tonight's star of the game, and we'll be able to talk after that, or maybe even tomorrow, as this tonight is over. Stearns wins it 104-66.